Oh, wait! Victorious!
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there.
Yeah, thank you.
'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh, yeah, yeah. If you're tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. You can count on me 'cause I can count on you.
Welcome in, everyone, to another episode of Wednesday Whateverness. Today, we have a special guest on. If you did not see the thumbnail, it is JeaNNette, Sebastian the Crab. We're going to get to know her a little bit in our Hangout session, and I'm really excited for it. But before we get to that, let's do a little housekeeping. I want to thank Dean over at The Live Place, www.theliveplace.com. For all of your live, family-friendly streamers, check out theliveplace.com. Also, check out Dean's YouTube channels, The Live Place and Dreamer's Empire. Also want to give a shout out to my partner channels, What in the World with Russ, Dad Builds, and The Pete McDevitt Show. All amazing channels. All the links can be found in the description of this either live stream, if you're watching live, thank you very much, or the replay, if you're watching the replay. Thank you so much as well. Appreciate it. Shout out to my mods. Shout out to my silent watchers. Shout out to my ninja watchers. Shout out to everyone in the chat. You guys, the reason why I do this, I'm appreciative of you. You are amazing. I'm excited. So I want to read a little bit of chat before we bring on our guests, because, like I said, I wouldn't be here without you guys. And I want to welcome you in. So, Francisco, welcome in. It is good to see you. Tina DCS, welcome in. It is also good to see you. Joy S, welcome in, Joy. Sebastian the Crab, also in chat, welcome in, good to see you. Mike Klemovich, welcome in, buddy. It is so good to see you. Dean the Turkey likes to Welcome in. It is good to see you. It's good to see everybody. I'm just going to say it the whole time. I'm going to annoy you guys, huh? Christine Hickman, hello, hello. This is our dream. Yeah, first, yes, nailed it. That's Jeff. Hey, Jeff, welcome in. If you do not know, Jeff and Angela over at Desert Dream, you gotta check them out. They are amazing. And let's see. Debbie Burnfield, welcome in. It is good to see you, Debbie. Amy, AGC Magic TV, who goes live at 6 o'clock after us. I don't know what trick she has up her sleeve, but she always has something fun like trivia or something that's just, a lot of fun. And speaking of going live after me, Joy S goes live tonight at 8 o'clock, and we're going to paint tonight, and I'm so excited that she invited me on. It's always an honor and a blessing whenever I get invited on anybody's streams, and I'm excited to paint, because I'm not a painter, but I like to try out my painting skills. Surf Bum, John, welcome in. It is good to see you, my friend. How is everyone doing today? All right, I'm still scrolling. I'm doing the scrolling dance. I need like a special dance for scrolling. Scrolling. Annie Coog, welcome in. Annie Coog 86, welcome in, and it's good to see you. Jason Udo says, I'm here to learn how to paint my brick wall a new color. This is true. Welcome in, Justin. It's good to see you. Stevie Lee, welcome in. It's good to see you. It's good to see everyone. Samantha Paxton, hello. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Monorail Molly, welcome in. Tim Rumpel, welcome in. Hello. My neighbor to the north mid. Does that make sense? The mid-north? No. The north. But never mind. I'm done. We're just gonna pretend that I know what I'm talking about. The Mickey Bunch. Kelly, welcome in. Ninja Watching Network, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sandy Birdwell, welcome in. It's also good to see you. Ian B, hello. How are you? Pronounce my R's just for you. I actually didn't even think about it. I just did. Okay. Am I at the bottom yet? I'm still going. I'm still scrolling. Oh, Kate, Woodalali Lane. Welcome in, Kate. We'll be in the jet. That's quite all right. Totally understand. Thank you for popping in. I'm still scrolling. And if I miss you, I'm so sorry. I promise that I will get to you. Joey, Lisa Keith, and Joey, it's Joey's World. Making grub. What do we have in Lisa? I ask you that every time, and I never know if you reply. I always assume that you're not replying because you're cooking. So, it's okay. Excuse me. Thank you, JeaNNette, for posting Joy's link. Appreciate that. Yay. I'm so excited to paint. So nervous to paint because I can't paint. Painting streams are awesome. This is so true, CVD. True. All right. I think I'm almost at the bottom. Maybe Brian K, did I welcome you in? Brian K, welcome in. If I did not already welcome you in, I do apologize. And I'm at the bottom. Triple A Sparkles, Anitra, welcome in. It is good to see you. I know, 5 o'clock is a hard time. You guys are rock stars even popping in like it all. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So I have a special guest today, and I have a lot of questions that I'm going to ask her. If you have questions for her, please feel free. Pop them in the chat. Tag me so I can see them. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'm excited. I might have some curveballs. We'll see. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Oh, this hair. What is happening? It's not about me today. Today is never about me. It's always about you guys. And right now, it is about our very special guest, JeaNNette, Sebastian the Crab. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I have questions. I hope chat will ask questions. We did not prepare this beforehand. I just want to make that known. These are all off-the-cuff questions. JeaNNette is... Yep, she doesn't know what I'm going to ask her. It's going to be fun. So I've known you since, and I can remember the first time I noticed you in chat was when, and I didn't realize this until we were talking about it the other day, but it was a Mouse Talk when they were live streaming the Tower of Terror. I think when Walt hit, do you remember how many subscribers?
Oh, I actually think it was a benefit for Pete. He was riding the Tower of Terror to get money for Pete. Yep.
See, this is why I have friends on with me, because my brain is mush. That's right. It was a benefit for Pete, fundraiser for Pete. Walt hates Tower of Terror. He wrote it just for Pete to raise money, and that was the first time that I caught wind of Sebastian the Crab, and I was like, first I called you Seb. I was like, hey Seb, because I thought, it was like, I don't know if you were a dude or a girl. I was like, Seb's neutral because it's in the name. And then as I started to get to know you, I realized that you were JeaNNette, and it's been an honor and a privilege ever since. So I just wanted to say that. Before I get to my this is a question. Okay, I'm going to ask all questions. I guess I better be careful about this.
Yeah, be careful about
why. Yeah, why am I always better at ranking movies than you are, JeaNNette? And he's not. He's really not.
And the funny thing is, he always says that, and yet he and I almost always rank the movies within about a point of each other, with like one or two exceptions. So anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's your answer, Justin. Stevie Lee wants to know. So say that again.
I was gonna go ahead.
Okay.
It's your favorite question, Stevie. So it's not necessarily that it's my favorite movie. As a matter of fact, Ariel as a princess kind of annoys me because she's like a teenager who's like, give me everything. Yeah, thanks, Matt. But I don't know if this is one of your questions, but I can explain where the Sebastian thing came from.
That's all right. So that was going to be one of my questions. Where did the Sebastian the Crab name come from?
Sure. So I'll just answer that first. So in the 90s, I was a camp counselor at Girl Scout camp, and they always have they always give names. And the movie came out in '89. I had seen it with my sister in the theater, and I loved the film back then. And so my mom said, I knew that if you didn't come to Girl Scout camp with a name, one would be given to you, not necessarily one that you wanted. So my mom was trying to help me come up with names, and she was like, how about Ariel? And I'm not a girly girl, especially at camp. You just read Chris's comment, didn't you? That's why I'm laughing.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Uh-huh. And so she said, well, is there another character in that movie that you would like to be if you don't want to be a princess? And I came up with Sebastian. And so I've been Sebastian the Crab since 1991 when I first went to camp. People call me Seb, so totally appropriate that you called me Seb. I still volunteer at a different camp. I still go by the name Sebastian. And so when I started the YouTube thing, I just made it my name because I didn't want to, put my real name out there yet. But now you all know it.
Nice. I love that. And I already knew that story, but I love hearing it over again because sometimes I forget details. So this is a rhetorical question. What is JeaNNette's favorite part of Toontown at Disney? If you missed Chris's stream from Monday night, go back and watch it. Absolutely hysterical. One of my favorite nights. JeaNNette,
it was a lot of fun. I wish I had the picture that Joy sent. So there really is a Toontown somewhere in the world, but just not at Disney.
Yeah. But speaking of Disney, Jeff has a question and wants to know what your favorite park is. Epcot, or however you want to say it.
Definitely not Epcot. I'm not. I want to say I'm not a fan. I was a fan of Epcot in the 80s when I went as a kid. But now, Future World is a mess. Maybe it'll be better when it's done. And honestly, the countries just feel, I know I'm gonna get slack for this, but the countries just feel like, I don't know, like a glorified food court that's got an international flair to it. There's some very cool things in there, and I enjoy those, but it's definitely not my favorite park. Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, the Magic Kingdom is probably my favorite park just because it is Disney, but I absolutely love Animal Kingdom. I love the details. I love how every time I go, I find something new, and I just love animals. And I like Joe Rohde, and I like all the stories that he tells about how it got that way and the detail and all that. So that's what I always say my favorite park is. Although if you were going to kill off 3 parks, I'd tell you to leave Magic Kingdom. So.
I agree. Well, I agree about all the Joe Rohde and Animal Kingdom stuff, and I don't agree about the Epcot because Epcot is my favorite park. But this is not about me. We're about you, so I'll let that slide. Never gonna get your questions. I really am not. So okay, question number 2: can you play Rock Band for us? Legit question.
That's legit. Maybe not tonight because the Rock Band players are not home right now. But
okay. All right.
Oh, well, one of them just ran in the room to prove me wrong. But anyway.
All right. Mike Klimovich has a question and says, Tina, here's my question. What is your favorite restaurant that is a must-do at Disney?
So we've always really liked Tusker House. You get 5 of the big characters, and it's a buffet, and it's not like your typical buffet. So I do have some very picky eaters in my family, but I'm a little bit more adventurous. And so I like Tusker House because it has both some African flair flavors for someone like me, and then the boring chicken nuggets for people like my son. Sorry, Joy. And so we've always liked that. Another one of my personal favorites, I've only been there once, but is Sanaa. I just, again, it's an Animal Kingdom Lodge. Just love the atmosphere and, again, some unique food. We're not big food people. I mean, we go to like maybe 2 or 3 sit downs a trip, and then the rest, I'm perfectly happy with a kid's meal. For I don't like the food to be like a huge part of my trip, but the Tusker House is something we do almost every. Actually, we've done it every trip since the first time we did it. So.
Nice. Cherie, welcome in. It's good to see you. Annie says Amy is not going live at 6 o'clock tonight. Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Anne. I appreciate that. Let's scroll. Okay. Another rhetorical. I don't know unless you want to answer it. How did you get such an awesome husband like Mr. the Crab? So let's make it more like, how did you guys meet? How's that? How did the crabs get together?
Well, I mean, the short answer is we met in college. But the long answer would take the rest of the stream. But basically, we met in college. We both were in a Christian group at college, and through mutual friends, he ended up being roommates with some of my mutual friends, and we really didn't get along for the first year of our friendship. But then eventually, we obviously dated, and we just celebrated our 25th anniversary a month ago. So, yeah.
Awesome. That's interesting. You didn't get along at first. And then, because my next question is like, what was the turning point to make you say, okay, I want to date this guy? Because that's like, how does that happen? You go from, I don't know, just the things that my brain thinks of, you know what I mean?
I mean, it took a good year, maybe more. Can't remember exactly how long. But, first impressions can often be wrong, I guess we'll just say. But
okay.
It was probably more him not liking me than me not liking him. But, yeah.
Oh, gosh. Mr. the Crab. Shame on you. Oh.
It's okay. He was justified.
Oh. All right. I sense that there's more of a story there, and I won't push the buttons. I will graciously move along to Joy's question. What lane do porta potties drive in on the Jersey Turnpike?
I thought that was the Delaware Bridge, but it's definitely the left, apparently. Although it's funny because, so for those who don't know, this is a story from our trip to Mohegan. On the way back, Joy and Justin came home a day after us. And as they were driving like between New Jersey into Delaware, they saw this like truck with a porta potty on it. I forget what the sign originally said, like truck only lane or something like that. And they sent us a picture. But interestingly, I live near Lancaster, PA, and I know it sounds weird, but I've seen like porta potties driving down the roads in Lancaster all the time. So it didn't really look that weird to me. But anyway.
All right. Space Mountain Dave, welcome in. Good to see you. Sarah J, welcome in. It's good to see you. Tina says, Boma is a great non-character meal, but has a great buffet, somewhat like Tusker House. I've never been to either of those.
We did that, Tina, on our last family trip. We did go to Boma. I did like that a lot as well. Yeah.
Awesome. And guess what, guys? I'm all caught up in chat. I'm not like 15 minutes behind. This is incredible. It's a spring miracle, we'll say. No, I can't say Christmas because that's 6, 7, 8 months. It's a long time away. All right, so now I can get to some of my questions. If you guys have any more questions, please continue. Feel free to pop them in the chat. And all right, so my question is, how did you find us? How did you find the Disney community? What brought you here?
Yeah, so before the pandemic, I used to listen to podcasts. So that was my, driving to and from work, I would listen to podcasts, and I didn't really know there was this Disney community. I guess little by little, I think maybe they mentioned like something on YouTube. So I started watching, vloggers, like the big ones that everyone knows, like All Ears, PC Dev, Tim Tracker, those kind of people. So we would watch those. We don't have cable anymore. We just have YouTube and Disney Plus and those kind of things. So we started to watch some of those. And I remember Matt skipping down the stairs one day. I'm sure he wasn't really skipping. But in my mind, he came skipping down the stairs and was like, "Do you know that people live stream from the parks?" And I was like, "They do what?" Like, I didn't even know what a live stream. I mean, obviously, it seems so obvious now, but when he said it, I had no idea. So just like almost everybody, I think that was Resort TV. And through them, I found Nick, Magical News Live, and started watching him. And through him, found Donna. And I guess I started following Donna on Twitter. And Donna is such a like amazing promoter of everybody's stream in this community. And so if I couldn't figure out who to watch, I'd go to Twitter and see who Donna posted that day. And Donna posted this and that. I've told the story several times. I remember watching the first episode and being like, did Donna really post these guys? Like, they're a little crazy. And Donna seems like such a, nice, sweet person. But anyway, it was I think it was the episode where they had just come back from zombie camp. And I was like so confused because I had no idea who these guys were or zombie camp. And so, through that, I just found everybody else, through this and that, and then the Discord and the weight loss challenge and all of that. That really, I really credit Donna though with being the first person. She was always in the chats like welcoming me because when you first get into this community and people are saying hi, you're like, do these people know each other in real life? Is it okay to say hi? Like you really have no idea. So I remember she was like in every chat saying hi to me, and that's what made me follow her because she seemed so friendly, and that's kind of. So I give her credit for making me be able to find. I mean, I probably follow 50 channels now, and at least half of those are, because she posted them and told me to. So not to follow them, but to, check them out. So
Nice, yeah, and you're completely justified in your whole This and That first impression because the first time I actually caught an episode, I think it was one that Corey was on to. And I knew who Corey was because of his channel. And I knew who Zip was separately and Shep was separately, but then I somehow stumbled from each of their channels and I knew who Steve was onto their This and That channel from, them individually, and Zippity Doodad. And I remember my first thought was, do I belong here? Is this a frat party? Like, should I be watching? Yeah.
like these almost 40-year-old frat guys who just are still doing the frat thing, but they throw Disney in there. Like that's exactly what I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like it's something that you can't peel your eyes away from because it's so entertaining. And now it's like we're here for the long haul. You know what I mean? It just it envelops you, encapsulates you, and your life will never be the same. So. Which, by the way, they're on tonight at 9 o'clock on the This and That channel, in case you did not know. But yeah, that is a great that's a great answer. I love that. I did see a question come through. Hold on, real quick. I was gonna welcome somebody in, and I forgot who came in. I apologize. Who did?
Top Cat.
Top Cat. Oh, there's a Top Cat. Oh, hello, Top Cat. Welcome in. It is good to see you. You are one of my favorite cartoons when I was a kid. Okay, I scroll back. All right, Stevie Lee wants to know, do you like Dole Whip? And if so, what flavor would you like Disney to make? That's a good one.
So I do like Dole Whip. As a matter of fact, I have like a bag of the mix in my pantry. And I think they already make the flavors that I would like. So there's like a lime. I think it's a Tinkerbell or Peter Pan one that they had one time when I was there. I really like lime, so that was a good one.
What? I missed a comment?
No, it's not you. It's a comment. Yeah, you'll see it eventually. Anyway.
Okay. I don't know why my comments come through so slow. It's like, oh, that's I see it now. So we know the answer to that. As a mom, I could probably answer for you. But go ahead, I'll let you tackle this one.
Oh, no. She knows.
Mini Crab, welcome in. It is good to see you.
Whichever crab is not asking me if they're my favorite.
Yeah. Yep. I get that. Kathy Hollister, welcome in. Parentheses, Randy and Kathy. Sorry, I totally botched that. It is good to see you, Kathy. I remember Top Cat, the cartoon, love the theme song. Yep, I was really little, but it was good. Kate says lime would be her favorite too. And everyone's welcome in Mini Sebastian. And let's see. I think I'm all caught up. If you have a question for JeaNNette, please feel free to pop it in the chat. I will carry on with one of my other questions that I have. Inquiring minds want to know, where your love for Disney started. I mean, I don't know if you kind of answered that with the Ariel one, but I mean, if there's like a deeper, you know.
No, I mean, as a kid, we went occasionally. So I went. It was my fifth. I remember I was 5 years old, and like we went to my grandparents' house. They lived near the Philly airport, and they drove us to the airport. It was my first time on a plane. The only thing I remember about the plane ride is that they were giving out food and they wouldn't let me pee. As a 5-year-old, that's a big deal because like the food cart was in between me and the restroom. And I don't really remember the trip as a 5-year-old that much. We went maybe 4 or 5 more times. In high school, I got the privilege of performing there in Epcot. I performed both singing and in orchestra, and those were long, big family trips. Those were the vacations, camping and Disney. Those were the 2 vacations that we did, well, and some other amusement parks. So I have this kind of like nostalgic, that's where I went as a little girl with my family, sort of feeling towards Disney. And I always loved all the films. As we got to be teenagers, my sister and I, it was like I feel like back then they would come out for like one film every summer. And it was a big deal to like, we would go every single summer and saw, I was that age in like the late 80s, early 90s. So we would see, Lion King, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, right? So some pretty hard hitters. So that's kind of where it came from. And then there's like those years when you're like a young adult and you're too poor to even think about going to Disney. So, in the late 90s, early 2000s, I mean, it wasn't even a thought in my mind. I never really, and 20-year-olds don't watch Disney films, right? So, I mean, I kind of lost it for a while. And then when my oldest daughter was born in 2006. So in 2005, Matt and I actually went out to the West Coast and I went to Disneyland. I have no proof of that, sadly. We took no pictures, have no tickets, have no maps, have nothing. I have no proof that I've been to Disneyland, but I was there for one day. So daughter's born in 2006. Next one comes along 2007. I'm pregnant with my third in 2009. And Matt goes, totally randomly, my husband, who has never mentioned Disney to me ever, says, "Do you know you can camp at Disney World for just $55 a night?" I said, "Nope." And we ended up not camping. We ended up renting a house off site because it wasn't actually that much more expensive to rent an entire house off site. That was our first trip. I was pregnant, but so I didn't get to go on everything, but we were hooked as soon as we went on that. It's just and we've gone with both sets of grandparents have gone. We've always brought at least one friend, family member, whatever, with us, and it's just a place that I find like multiple generations. Everybody finds something they like to do, and we've just been hooked ever since.
Nice. Top Cat, this question was answered earlier, so if you want to rewind, go back. JeaNNette answers this for us, where her username comes from. Cynthia 15, Canyon 15, welcome in. It's good to see you. And who else? I think I got everybody. I just want to see if there's any questions in the chat before I move on to mine.
Right, Russ? I know that's what I feel
no
like.
Proof. Yeah.
No
That's
proof.
all right. I mean,
happy birthday, by the way, Russ.
Yes, happy birthday, Russ. I should have said that at the beginning, but other things are occupying my brain. Today is Russ's birthday, guys. You can just give him a big old happy birthday, whether you message him or you can pop it in the chat. Let's give him a nice warm happy birthday. He turns 25 today. Just kidding, but we always say that. Or wait, is it 29? Is like the cutoff age, I guess. But anyways. And let's see. Missed any questions. I just want to make sure that I get everybody. Okay, all cut up. And Cricket, did I just say Cricket Fox? Welcome in. It's good to see you. And I'm going to click on something else so I can click off that. Okay. Moving on. Okay, to our next question is, and I didn't get to ask this last time when I had Jean Fitzmagic on because the chat was just popping and all the questions were coming. And then I asked other questions and then I didn't even get to all my questions. But I'm going to get to this one. I'm making a vow. I'm getting to this one right now. And I want to ask you, what is one question that you always wish someone would ask you, and what's the answer?
I've heard other people ask this question, and I thought, oh, I should prepare something for that, but I didn't.
You want to think about it? Because
yeah,
we can.
sure.
All right. Wait, and Russ said, everyone's saying happy birthday, Russ. Russ goes, I'm 23 today. I'm so sorry, Russ. 23. I make a correction. Top Cat wants to know if you have seen Turning Red on Disney Plus.
So I haven't. We talked about, my kids are on spring break this week, and we keep saying we should watch that movie while everyone's home, because a lot of times I don't watch things because we try to watch them all together. But I have 2 teenage girls and a almost teenage son who are constantly on the go. As a matter of fact, Minnie Sebastian was in here. She's in the car. She's not even home. So it's just trying to get everyone together has been tough, but we just haven't gotten everybody here at the same time for 2 solid hours to watch a movie.
It happens. I get it totally. All right. So next question. So you think about that question I asked you. Now I'm going to just run through a bunch of. Oh, Debbie, no, you're not slow. You don't need to be quicker. That is okay. It just means that you're asking good questions and you're just not getting to them in time because everyone's asking them too. So great minds think alike. Okay. Favorite Disney movie? That's not Marvel and not Star Wars. I'll get to that after.
I'm really bad at favorites. I mean, obviously, even though I already said Little Mermaid is not my favorite, it has like a super warm spot in my heart. And you know, I do love the movie. Dumbo, I know it's like super short and boring, but he's so adorable, and it's just a story I really remember as a kid. And the other one, like I tear up just saying the name, but Fox and the Hound, like that is just, it's a tough movie to watch, but it's good. That doesn't include the Pixar ones, but a lot of those older Disney films are big. And then there's like The Lion King, which just has like great music, and I love that too. And I know there's so many, but I'll go with those for now.
Nice. Russ says he has a question for Fire Bottom.
Well, if I find a Fire Bottom around somewhere, Russ, you can ask that.
Tony, Phantasmic Chronicles, welcome in. It's good to see you. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. But here's Cricket's question.
That's what Cricket. I'll talk while she sneezes. So Cricket wishes someone would ask her about her love of Disney. Well, we'll have to ask you, Cricket, because I'd love to hear.
Yes, sorry. Okay, so what did she say? I wish I would get asked is about my love for Disney. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, next one is favorite Marvel movie. Thank you guys for those choose.
I'm terrible at remembering the names, but like, I don't know. Probably like one of like either the first. Like I actually like the earlier stories of like the characters. So like maybe the first Captain America movie. Yeah, probably that. I also love when they interact. So again, Endgame, and I can't think of the name of the one that's right, the other one where they all come together. That's before Endgame. But anyway, sorry.
Infinity War. Yeah,
that one. Just because I love watching all their personalities come together and like clash, and it's just that's very entertaining. And we've been picking those movies apart in the Discord when we watch them, but I mean they're fun and they're great, and I just love those stories. So.
It's good answers. I like that. What about favorite Star Wars movie?
Gosh, I'm gonna get the name of this one wrong too. Is Empire Strikes Back 5? 5. Maybe. Episode 5. I'll just say episode 5.
Where is Justin? Justin knows the answer to these things.
Episode 5. Somebody in the chat will get it because everybody knows these things. Come on. I'm very, very bad at remembering names of movies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not too good either. All right, Mike has a question. Oh, Mara Memphis, welcome in, Mark. Good to see you. I try to pronounce the R's in her name because if I don't, it sounds like Ma, and that's what I call my mother. So, I mean, she could be my mom if she wants. I mean, I'll adopt you, Ma. But Mike Klimovich says, and the question says, favorite Disney soundtrack, parks, movies, etc. That's a really good question.
So there's two soundtracks I listen to a ton on Spotify. I don't know if soundtrack's the right word, but like playlists that I have. One is an Animal Kingdom one, which I can just see Justin rolling his eyes. But the reason that I like the Animal Kingdom soundtrack so much is because there's a lot of like African and Asian music that doesn't have words, or if they do have words or not words, I understand. So it's really good to listen to while I'm working or whatever, because my problem is if I listen to a soundtrack with words, I'll sing along, and my coworkers might not love that. Um, and then the other thing is like the Sherman Brothers songs. So I have a playlist of like all of their stuff. So that can be movies and and rides, of course. But so those are kind of my two favorite playlists from Disney that I listen to.
Awesome. And 5 was confirmed, by the way.
I knew it was 5. I just couldn't remember if that was called The Empire Strikes Back. But
yeah,
Russ confirmed it too. Yeah,
Russ confirms it. Mini Sebastian says, what are your top 5 favorite Disney rides?
Okay, so I'm a big adrenaline junkie, and I love all the thrill rides. So I love, and I just to be clear, I've not been on Rise, and I have never watched Rise because I'm saving that. And Mickey's and Minnie's I haven't been on. Those two were not open the last time I was there. And obviously Guardians. So I would say my favorites are, I do love the safari. I love the animals. I love that it's different every time. I wish they would bring the story back. But I love the safari. I do love Flight of Passage. And then the roller coasters. So we'll go with Everest, Rock and Roll, and I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I actually like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's very much like Splash Mountain to me without the water, because I really like the roller coaster and the dark elements combined. And I loved the old Snow White ride. So that sort of, it takes like that old classic sentimentalness, puts a roller coaster in there and makes it more exciting, and still does dark rides. And I know people say it's a really long line for a super short roller coaster and it's not that thrilling of a coaster, but I still really like that ride.
Cool. Let's see. Tony says, officially 17 days away from Green Day Bluegrass music, which means Cedar Point Park.
Oh,
And I'm excited.
cool.
Yeah, it's Rico's. All right. So Monroe Molly says, favorite place to travel besides Disney?
So I really haven't traveled. I get to go occasionally. Get to go to the UK or Sweden for work, and Sweden was absolutely beautiful and surprising to me. But I don't really travel that much. It's just not something I do. I absolutely love to camp. Most of our family vacations that are not Disney are just going away for the weekend and camping. Us in a tent and a fire, and I'm perfectly happy. So.
Yeah, I like all the elements of camping except the actual camping. If that makes any sense. Like, I like the idea of it, and I'd love it if I had like an RV or a pop-up tent, camper. But I'm not, like, I've done tent camping and I'm over it. It's like, yeah. But I love the fire, love, if by the lake or something. Yeah. That's a good answer. I like that. Russ wants to know, I was about to call him JeaNNette. Oh boy. Again. Russ wants to know, I need to get my name straight. Focus. What should I get for dinner at Animal Kingdom?
So I'm assuming you want quick service. I already saw this in the chat, but I would have said the same thing. I really like Satoli. I just think they've got the best, like it doesn't feel like theme park food. It's not like fried. It's just good food. And you get to eat on like a real plate with a real knife and fork. So it feels like sit down, but you're not there. I really like Satoli. Flame Tree is okay, although I think it's going downhill, but Satoli would be my choice.
I haven't eaten at either of them. I ate at one quick service. The problem is I never remember the places that I ate. So I'm like,
I've never been to Yak and Yeti, so that might be good too. I've never been there. But...
Have we been to Yak and Yeti? I don't remember. I can't remember that either. How did you become a version of a human encyclopedia?
I don't know what that question means. If you're talking about the Disney stuff, it's because I obsessively listen to podcasts of people who are like history and Disney buffs, and I just remember that stuff. Like, that's what before I found the YouTube community, Community, that's what I listened to, in the car, at work, all the time. And those people, I mean, they're obsessed. They know every Walt quote and, the history of every ride. And I just remember that stuff. So.
That's awesome. Our Castle Life, welcome in, Andrea. I was going to say Andrea and Valak. Andrea and Larry and Valak and Azriel. We can't forget the cute little cutie kitties mixed in there. Mike Klimovich wants to know, are you a fan of Flyers, Sixers, Eagles, or Phillies? Oh, and Phillies.
Yes, mostly. So I'm not that into basketball, especially like professional. I'll watch college basketball, so I don't care that much about the Sixers. I mean, I'm not that into baseball either, but I have been to several Phillies games and would definitely cheer for them. And then, Eagles. Flyers are by far my favorite team. When I was in college, I was obsessed with them. We used to like travel up and down the East Coast and go watch Flyers games. We watched them. We drove up to Montreal just to watch the Flyers. I mean, we were nuts. I used to have Flyers paraphernalia all over. My phone case used to be Flyers. I have Flyers blankets and mugs. And I have Flyers stuff all over the place. So I haven't watched it as much recently. Although Pete has gotten me a little bit back into it with his streams. But
nice, yeah. Pete's good for he's good for everything, but his sports streams are excellent. All right, Katie Y, welcome in. It is good to see you. First of all, second of all, I'm assuming this is Andrea who's saying she hates camping.
There's a lot of that going on in the chat.
Spock says glamping. Tina, that's right, glamping. I like glamping. Camping is not my bag. Sleeping on the ground should be illegal. I agree. I mean, if I have an air mattress, it makes it a little bit more bearable for my back, but I don't know. Let's see. Who else am I missing? All right, I'm at the bottom. Yes.
Put up Jeff's last comment. Oh no. Okay. Sorry. That's not what I thought it said. No, I don't have his. I don't have his. I have an Eric Desjardins jersey. I saw Eric and I was like, how does Jeff know that? I have an Eric Desjardins jersey though.
Gotcha. Yay, Valak says hello.
Hi, Valak.
Okay, so get some more questions. All right, you already answered your favorite ride. You did some of the songs, soundtracks. Who's your favorite? Okay, I bet I know who your favorite character is. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't really know. It's one of those things where you're like, I don't really know that he's like my absolute favorite character, but yeah, definitely like him. And like I said, I do love Dumbo. I just think he's so cute.
Wait, who did you say?
Dumbo.
Dumbo, that's right. For some reason, that translated in my brain as Nemo, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Nemo's adorable." And I was like, "Wait, I don't think she said that."
I have so much trouble with favorites because I'm like, I like this part of this thing and this part of this thing and this part of this thing. And Sorcerer Mickey is my favorite Mickey Mouse. So we have a lot of Sorcerer Mickey Mouse stuff as well. Hey Nick.
That's Jason's too. Hey Nick, welcome in. Movie Mania Nick, our resident movie guru. Welcome in. It's good to see you. What movie did you see today, Nick? Did you see a movie today? I think he was going, if I remember serves you correctly. All right. So where in Disney is your favorite spot to relax, if you have one?
Ooh. Okay, so it's going to be surprising considering what I said yesterday. But
thanks for popping in, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. There's a little like seating area right outside. I think it's the Norway Pavilion in Epcot, and it's covered. And I really like the Norway like snacks, the like school bread, and I don't know, they have a bunch of like both sweet and savory desserts. And I like sitting there, and I've sat there, like our family sat there before Illuminations. We just happened to be in Epcot the last day Illuminations ever played, and it was slightly raining, so we we sat there, and you can like people watch, but there's food, there's bathrooms, like everything is right there, so it's a nice little place to people watch. And then I did a solo trip once, and I don't know, I was like, I know it sounds bad to say I was just tired. I was really honestly, I was just tired. I just need to like get a snack, a cup of coffee, and sit there. It's a nice little quiet, like kind of off the beaten path, but you can still see people. There's a lot of places in World Showcase that I really like to just sit and people watch. You can see, well, I guess I haven't been there since the, harmonious barges have rolled out into the middle, but you used to be able to sit there and watch the water from across the place.
The tacos.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot of little places like that that are just kind of cool to sit in. And I think Russ said he's in Harambe. That's another place I love to sit. There's like a well, I don't know if it's there anymore, but the band that plays on that little stage that's like right outside of Harambe, that's a nice place to sit and kind of if you don't want super quiet, it's a nice place to sit. And the place I miss the most relaxing, there used to be hammocks on the Polynesian beach. And so we used to like take a midday break from the Magic Kingdom and take the monorail over and then like, you know, lay on the hammocks. And then when they put those, whatever those things are called that are in the water, they got rid of the hammocks. I don't know why they got rid of the hammocks, but they did. So
yeah. Yeah, those are all great places. I mean, and gosh, anywhere. I mean, it's Disney. You can't really go wrong, I feel like, but there are some definite sweet spots that are like cream of the crop. So, yeah. All right. Next question. Do you have a favorite resort?
So not really. I mean, we as a kid we stayed in hotels. I know we stayed in the Contemporary one time, and we stayed in. Oh, I think it was just called the Disney Inn back then, and it eventually became, or like the Disney Golf Resort or something like that. It eventually became what's now Shades of Green. So we stayed
Oh,
there.
okay.
I don't really have much of a memory of it other than like there was a golf course that we could see out the window. As adults, we stay off site. We have 3 kids, and Disney it just prices us out. I mean, you know, you have 3 kids too. Like you either need a giant room or you need 2 small rooms, and by that point, we just stay off site at a house. So I don't really have a favorite resort. I did a solo trip, and I just stayed on the All Stars because I wasn't there for the resort. I was just there to go to the parks. But as far as visiting, I mean, the 2 that I love the most are Wilderness Lodge. I did I think it's called Artist Point, like Snow White dinner there once, and that is gorgeous. And then Animal Kingdom Lodge is also they're just both really gorgeous to me. But I've never really explored like the Epcot area resorts, like the boardwalk and those. Like I've never really been over there, so I mean I see them on streams all the time, but I don't know if I would like one of those if I had gone and visit like Yacht Club, Beach Club. I've just never. Obviously, I've like taken the Skyliner over them, but I've never been in there. So that's something that I hope like you know, as we hopefully get to go down there more often, I really hope to like explore the resorts a little more. So.
Absolutely. Crew it up. Matt, welcome in. It's good to see you. How are you today? Whatever Wednesday. I know. All right. So, all right. How many times have you been to Disney in your lifetime?
Okay. So I know this is going to sound dumb, but I actually have a note on my phone with all of that.
Oh, wow. That doesn't sound dumb. That sounds quite organized.
But can I find it? Well, no, of course not, because why would I be able to find it when I need it?
I didn't prep you ahead of time.
Oh, no, I found it. Okay. So here we go. I went for my 5-year-old birthday, then for my sister's 5-year-old birthday. And then my sister and I both went, oh, this was a fun trip. We went when she was 10 and I was 16, and they did this like backstage thing. I wish I could remember the name of it. I got to actually like see the Utilidors and meet the Dapper Dans underground, and it was really cool. And then I did a music trip. So I did 4 as a kid, and then Disneyland once. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've done 6 trips as an adult. And we do long trips because we drive down. Well, one of those was a solo trip for a couple of days, but we drive down and we stay like 10 days because we normally do the parks for a couple of days and then like take a day off at the house and then do the parks for a couple more days and then drive home. So anywhere between 7 and 10 days. Like if you're you know, it's a full day drive. So if you're driving down, you're not going for a day and driving back home. So
right,
those are long trips. But.
Yeah, that's what we try to do. At least 6 days. This trip last year we did, I think it was like 9 days. We were like, yeah, this is better because it gives you more time when you're driving. It's like,
yeah,
you want to make sure that you get down there and you're enjoying yourself and all that stuff. Absolutely. Okay, I'm just making sure that I get everyone in chat. Okay, we'll do a couple more questions and then we'll wrap it up. If you don't know who this is JeaNNette, Sebastian the Crab, and I'm sure you already know who she is, but just in case you don't, she doesn't have a channel, but we all think she should. But she's still an amazing supporter of all the streams, and she's often in with a lot of us. So, and it's always a pleasure to have her, especially in game nights when she thinks that Toontown is Toontown or Toontown is Toontown.
Can't even get it straight.
I couldn't even get it straight either. Crew says, I know who she is. Yeah, I know. All right, so let's see what else. All right, so do you have a Disney collection? And if so, what is your favorite item out of that collection?
I don't. I've never been a big collector. I have I'll collect characters. So obviously, I don't know if you can see, but I have a couple Sebastian things up there. People obviously give me Sebastian things all the time. So I have Sebastian things. And I have a lot of Sorcerer Mickey things. I have one Loungefly. I don't carry a purse in real life. Carrying that Loungefly around the parks drives me crazy. I just don't so I only have that one. I'm not into Funkos or pins or anything like that. I just if I like something, I collect it. I guess the one thing I do kind of collect are Christmas ornaments. I have a lot of Christmas ornaments. We get one every trip. We also get a magnet every trip, although we're missing one. One of the things we do on trips is buy a puzzle, because you get to buy the puzzle, and then you get to do the puzzle, and then you get to hang the puzzle, so it gets multiple uses. Yep. But I'm not I'm not a collector, if you will, of anything. I buy something if I like it, but I wouldn't say that I collect anything.
Awesome. Kay Atwood, welcome in. It is so good to see you, Kay. It's been a while since I've seen you, I think. Excuse me, but it's really good to see you. Apologies. All right. So we'll do one last question. Maybe we'll do two more. Do I have two more? Did I actually get to all my questions? Stop it.
I felt like I talked too much. Tim asked one.
No. Oh, perfect. Where are you, Tim? Where is he?
No, it's up a while back. I can just.
When's the next trip?
So I don't have one scheduled. We are, I've said this a little bit, but we are hoping to actually buy a vacation home down there. So we're kind of saving our money from trips for potentially actually purchasing a home, which I know it's a crazy time to even consider doing that. But we are at the point where we would like to go on the trip where we figure out if that's really going to happen. And I don't know if that'll involve actually going to the parks or just going around Florida looking, but I definitely want to get down there before the 50th is over and see the statues and see the 50th stuff. So even if it's a super short trip, just to kind of see the unique 50th stuff and buy some merch, I definitely want to do that. So
yeah, that's. I was glad that we got to go see it when everything first came out, because I knew that was we had a trip planned for 2020. Oh, yes, 2020. And obviously that didn't happen. So getting to go in 2021, and meeting everybody especially was a good thing. And then we got to meet everyone in Mohegan, and now we get to meet a lot of people in May in Baltimore. So I'm excited for that. All right, I got through all my questions. Holy cow. That is a first. Did I ask favorite snacks? Did you answer that?
No, you didn't ask that.
Okay.
Favorite snacks. So I love this little, I don't know what it's called. It's this little blueberry cheesecake thing in Satoli Canteen, which is actually super unusual for me because I'm an ice cream and chocolate person, but I don't know. It's this little blueberry cheesecake thing in Satoli. I really, really like that. What are some of my other favorite snacks? I do like ice cream, so pretty much any kind of ice cream. Honestly, I'm not into Mickey bars because they're I can go to buy those in a grocery store, but I do like to go to France and get their ice cream or one of those kind of places. Let me think. What else? What other Disney snacks do I like? I think I mentioned already. I like Skull bread. I do like it. It's a unique flavor. And then the other thing that I really like to do is go to the French bakery, which that came up on someone's stream just this week where they didn't know what that bakery was. Was that on Pete's stream or something? Anyway.
I think it was Chris's on Saturday night.
Oh, it was Chris's? Okay. So anyway, but yeah, I do like that bakery. Actually, I love to go there. They have these bread bowls full of soup. So I love that as a savory snack. And then my next most favorite, I guess, would be the waffles in Sleepy Hollow. I love waffles, and I like Sleepy Hollow because if you've got a group that's like half wants sweet and half wants savory, they've got both there. So those are some of my favorite snacks.
Awesome. All right. Oh, Nathan Rado, welcome. It's good to see you. Okay, it's 5:54. I know Amy's not going live, but we're still gonna keep to our time. We're gonna be good little doobies. And I want to thank JeaNNette for coming on today. Oh, wait. Whoa. Russ does have a question. Why, when you are sitting in a quiet place with like 50 tables, do you choose to sit at the table next to mine with your loud child? Because, Russ, Murphy's Law. That's just the way that it goes. It's like, oh, people, let's go sit next to them and drive them crazy.
I can totally picture, because he's at Harambe. It's like this giant spot, and he's like, sitting here and here. They're sitting like here.
Oh my gosh. But yes, oh gosh, I'm sorry, Russ. All right, so guys, thank you so much for watching. JeaNNette, thank you so much for coming on, being my special guest for this month. Next month, I don't know that I picked someone for next month yet, so stay tuned. We'll see who I can get to come on, and we'll have a lot of fun for next month. So, you know what I always say, you guys are the reason why I do this. So know that you are loved and that you are appreciated and that you are a blessing to me. Go check out all my amazing friends tonight. Amy's not live at 6. Disney Nerd Herders and Pete McDevitt show are on at 7. Joy S is on at 8 o'clock, and you can find me on there as well, painting, me painting horribly, Joy painting beautifully, and whoever else she's having on. But I'm excited. It's going to be fun. Oh, did you say you?
Yeah, I'll be painting horribly with you.
You can find us on Joy Stream tonight. Yay! And I don't think you'll be painting horribly, but we'll compare and contrast different ones. If you're struggling through anything, I'm going to give you the same advice that I always give myself: is to pray it out. What's the worst that can happen? You got to answer prayer. So think of a wonderful thought. I haven't done this in a while. Think of a wonderful thought. Any merry little thought. Bye.